Have you ever caught yourself thinking your knees are aging faster than the rest of your body? That stiff feeling when you stand up, that dull ache after stairs, that quiet fear that one day your knees will just give up on you. You're doing everything you're told. You squat to stay strong, you train to stay independent, you're trying to build legs that support you for life, yet every rep feels wrong. Instead of strength, there's discomfort. Instead of growth, there's warning. You watch others squat and get stronger, while your knees seem to take the full punishment. And eventually you start wondering, what if the way I was taught to squat is the exact reason my knees hurt and my legs refuse to grow? In this video, we're going to break down the hidden mechanical mistake that overloads your knees while completely shutting down the muscles that are supposed to do the work. I'll explain why your quads and glutes aren't activating and show you one critical adjustment that immediately reduces knee stress and finally allows your legs to develop real strength. Let's start with the advice almost everyone has heard. Don't let your knees go over your toes. It sounds protective, it sounds safe, but in reality, this cue is one of the biggest reasons people experience knee pain during squats. Because a squat is not simply bending down and standing back up. It's a coordinated movement that starts from the hips. When you begin your squat by bending your knees first, your center of mass shifts forward instantly. Your body senses instability and responds by aggressively firing your quadriceps to keep you upright. That creates excessive forward force at the knee joint, placing stress where it doesn't belong. Meanwhile, your glutes, the largest and strongest muscles in your body, barely participate. They're not driving the movement, they're just spectators. That's why your legs aren't growing. You're not training your lower body as a system. You're loading a joint that's meant to guide movement, not absorb it. Your nervous system recognizes this as unsafe, and when the body senses threat, it does one thing extremely well. It produces pain to stop you. Muscle growth doesn't happen in threat mode. The fix begins with how you start the squat. Instead of bending your knees first, initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward. Think of reaching your hips toward a point behind you, like sitting down onto a chair that's farther away than expected. This single change shifts the workload immediately. Your glutes and hamstrings turn on. Your hips become the engine. As you continue descending, your knees will naturally bend. And yes, they will move forward. But now they're following the movement, not leading it. The load is shared across the hips instead of being forced into the knee joint. That's controlled. That's efficient. That's how the squat is meant to work. But there's another common issue that silently destroys squat mechanics: your knees collapsing inward. This inward drift isn't random, it's a signal. It tells us the stabilizing muscles on the side of your hips aren't doing their job. When those muscles are weak or inactive, the knees lose alignment. This creates twisting stress inside the joint, especially on structures that are not designed to tolerate rotation under load. The solution isn't passive, it's intentional. As you squat, actively drive your feet into the ground, as if you're trying to spread the floor apart. You won't actually move your feet, but the outward tension instantly activates the muscles that stabilize your hips and knees. Your knees track cleanly, your hips stay strong. The movement feels controlled instead of threatening. When you combine hip-led initiation with active outward tension, everything changes. The pressure disappears from your knees. Your glutes finally take over. And for the first time, the squat feels powerful instead of painful. That sensation isn't just comfort, it's your body finally recognizing the movement as safe and sending the signal it needs to build strength where it actually matters.